Good morning, students. In this session, we are going to discuss about the introduction of programming language. Okay, we are going to see about the programming languages. What are the programming languages used with respective to the chemistry, and what are the programming languages normally available, and what is programming language, on what basis you have to select the programming language for our project or for the lab, that we will see in the session. So programming language. A programming language is a set of rules that provided a way of telling a computer what operations to perform. Okay, so it is a set of rules for communicating an algorithm. So it provides a linguistic framework for describing the computations. So what I like to say from this slide is a programming language is not like a formal language and not like a informal language. Okay, it has some set of rules like syntax, how to follow the syntax. Okay, it is like a mathematical formula which we cannot change. We can apply the values, different values, but we cannot change the basic things. So if they given any syntax for receiving the input or getting the data from the user for processing, then we have to use the particular statement. Okay, for example, uh, if the user want to give the values to the particular program in C language, the user has to use the syntax of the particular language as scanf, so that when the user give the value in the scanf, the system will take the input from the user. Until that, it doesn't know what to do with the scanf statement. Okay, so likewise, for example, printf. If you give printf with proper syntax following, then the system will take the value from the user and it will display as an output on the screen, display screen. This is a simple example. So for understanding what is scanf and what is printf and how the syntax rules that to be maintained in the programming languages. Okay, so and one more thing is the program that should satisfy the flow from the top to bottom of the process in pseudocode and in algorithms and in flowchart. Whatever thing you have mentioned in the particular flowchart or in the pseudocode or algorithm should 100% match with that of the flow in the coding. That is very important. It's a linguistic framework for describing the computations. So a programming language is a notational system for describing the computations in machine readable and human readable form. Okay. Second is a tool for developing the executable models for the classes of the problem domains. So, what you have understand from this? Can anyone say or can guess? So we are talking about machine language, we are talking about assembly language, we are talking about high level language. But each and every language can be understandable by a unique objects only. For example, a machine language, it can be effectively readable and manageable only by the machines. Assembly language, likewise, it is handled by the machine and also in a readable format by the human. High level language, only readable and effectively handled and understand by the human, not by the machine. So any programming language, okay, The compiler is nothing but which is executing, it is a set of code in the particular language, we call it as a compiler. The compiler will read the each and every statement of the coding in the program, and it will displays if there is any error in the syntax of the program. If there is any error, immediately it throws the error in the blue screen. If there is no error, it is successfully compiled the particular program, then it will goes to the output string. Until your program is all right and satisfies the predefined statements or the syntax, it will not go to the output screen. Here the programming language acts as like a tool, okay, for developing the executable class models of the particular concept or a particular domain. So English is a natural language, okay. It has a words, symbols and the grammatical rules. So likewise, a programming language also has a words, rules and symbols, etc. So the grammatical rules are called as syntax. Each programming language has a different set of syntax rules. As I said earlier, as like a formal and informal language, the programming language will also have some set of procedures and flow. Okay, so the grammatical rules that is followed in the programming language, we called it as a syntax. Okay, each programming language has a different set of syntax rules. Example, earlier the people used the French language and they had designed the programming language in the form of French. Okay, so after that we started to speak English. Then they developed many programming language in English. Okay, so different programming language are designed for different types of programs. That is very important. So it will be keep on update for each and every day and each and every period, because today C++, Java, Oracle, .NET, many things are there. Okay, so 10 years back people talked about .NET a lot, VB, Visual Basic, then after that they talked a lot about .NET. Now we are not hearing the words about .NET. Anyhow the project is going on, but it is not in a peak. Likewise C++, Java, all the things. Now the peak programming languages are machine learning, artificial intelligence, the deep learning and data science related programming language. We called it as combined as a data science. Data science is nothing but the different latest tool that is related to these programming languages will be done. For example, we are doing a program in Python, we are doing a program in our language, we are doing a visualization software. Okay, so image reform transformation software, many things in today's trend. So this is a trend about machine learning, deep learning and AI. So likewise for each and every period, the programming language will be get differed based on the language and based on the expectations in the industry. So I want to show you the different levels of programming language. High level program, low level program, executable machine code program, so on. So a high level program is nothing but you can see it is in a readable format. Okay, that is high level language. Low level language is nothing but like assembler program, like add a comma b, load a comma b, divisional. Likewise we are using some assembly instructions in the program, we call it as a low level program. Next executable machine code. Executable machine code consists of zeros and ones. because the computer know only the 0 and 1, the binary digits, but the people doesn't know about the representation of the language in zeros and ones. For example, I want to give that Galkotias University MSc student, MSc chemistry student is the statement. Okay, if I want to represent this in high level language, I can write it as it is. Okay, if you want to represent the system to read the content, we have to represent in the form of binary. Until that, it doesn't know what it is. Types of programming languages. So as like a generation of computers, there are also a generation is there. First one is first generation language, then second generation language, third generation language, fourth generation language, and fifth generation language. So there are five generation language in the industry. Now we will see about each programming language in detail. Actually, the programming language has been developed and explained in the different phased manner. In each phase, developed the programming language are more user friendly and easier to handle and used by everyone. And also, we want to be more effective and powerful. So, the programming language in terms of their performance and the reliability and the trustworthiness can be grouped as per the five generations as I displayed. The first generation language is the machine language. Okay, it is a very low level programming language because it is used only by the machines, handled at the machine level only. Okay, it is, we can say it is a native language for the machines. It is the first generation computer language. So it accepts only the binary numbers, zeros and ones. Here I want to list some advantages of the first generation language. It is a translation free and can be directly handled by the machines. The computer handle the programs written by the user in the languages will be very fast since it is a native language for this. Third point, it utilizes the memory in an effective manner because it, since it is a bitwise, it manages and fragment in a organized way. Second one is second generation language. After the machine language, we comes to the assembly language that we called it as second generation language. So it also comes under the low level programming category. The language that uses the concepts of the mnemonics for writing the programs. So what is mnemonics? It's assembly instructions. We call it a mnemonics. So in the language, some symbolic names are used to represent the opcode and the operand. So what is opcode? So what operations to be performed name as opcode. What operand? So using which data we want to perform the operations is operand. So we will give this in the form of assembly instructions, that is in a mnemonics form. Example, load A comma B. Okay, add A comma B is a simple example. So some of the advantages of second generation languages are it easy to understand by the machine and also by the user, and modify the program developed in these languages or compared to those developed in the first generation. When comparing the first generation, it is somewhat better. Okay, so in these languages are less prone to errors, and therefore it is maintained easily. Instructions are very small and easily handled by the human to clear the errors. Third generation is the high level language. So what is high level language? It is in a it is in a human readable format. Okay, it overcomes the limitations which is occurs in the low level languages. The language of the third and later generations are considered as high level language. It helps all the users or the programmer to create the program in their own logic. No need to depend upon anything for writing the programs. So the advantages is it can be easy to develop and learn the systems. These languages are very less prone to errors and easy to maintain, and languages takes very less time when compared with the previous low generation. Very important thing is the user can give their own business logic in the form of coding if they understand the particular coding language. Next generation is fourth generation language. It is also a high level language, a very high level language. It requires a lot of time and effort that affected the productivity of the programmer. Okay, this generation computers were developed to reduce the time, cost, effort, and mainly for effectiveness, and to use this in variety of applications, not to a specific rather than in all the fields. So the fourth generation language is efficient to use of data by implementing using the database also. So far we are using the languages directly, not interacting with the database, but anyhow a little bit, not that much more effectively. Here it handles database more effectively. Okay, it tries to difference in different area, and very important thing is it's highly portable compared to the program developed in the languages of when compared with other generation languages. Example is SOL, CSS and Cold Fusions, latest softwares. Now the fifth generation language, it is artificial intelligence. Now this rules the digital world. Okay, so the programming language, it focuses mainly on the AI and the neural networks. Advantages of these fifth generations are query the database very fast. It won't take it takes only 1/3 of the time when compared with the previous. The user can communicate with the computer system in a simple and an easy manner. So these are all the important points about the different generations of language. So as I told you, operation code and the operands. Operation code is the operations. What operation? Addition operation or subtraction operation, whatever thing we have to mention. Operand is identifying the data, what to do with that of the operations. Since the machine language is a machine dependent, is the only language that can accept it. So these are the explanation which I had explained you just now. Just have a look on it for a minute so that I can move a slide one by one. Okay, now we will go ahead with the basic principle paradigm. So the programming paradigm based upon the C++, Prolog, Lisp. Okay, the C is a imperative programming. Okay, next C++ is object oriented programming. Prolog is the logic programming. Lisp is the functional or the applicative programming. So these are the different principal paradigm principles. The broad two categories in this are one is traditional, second one is object oriented. Traditional, we can say the first, second and third generation, and now it is about object oriented and artificial intelligence further generations. So for Fortran is the traditional programming language. C, C++, everything is the middle level. Okay, then further AI, deep learning, intelligence, everything is about the data science, about the latest programming language. Dear students, hope this session will be more is useful and understandable to gain knowledge about the programming language concepts. Further, if you have any queries, you can contact me at gerald.kumar@galgodiasuniversity.edu.in. Thank you all.